A quitter never wins, and a winner never quits. This simple sentence holds a power that most people overlook. Napoleon Hill didn't just write those words for inspiration, he wrote them as a command. Take this phrase, write it out in bold letters, and place it somewhere you'll see it every morning and every night. It's not just motivation, it's a mindset. Because the truth is, defeat isn't what ruins most people. Quitting is. The winners you admire, the leaders you respect, they all faced defeat. The difference? They refused to stop. As you begin to build your dream, your plan, your team, keep this truth close. Especially when you're forming your mastermind group. Choose people who don't take defeat personally. People who treat obstacles as part of the process. People who believe that success is not just possible, it's inevitable with enough persistence and planning. Some people think only money can make money, but Napoleon Hill tears that belief down. It's not money that makes more money. It's desire, organized, focused, and acted on with courage. Money on its own is powerless. It doesn't think. It doesn't move. But it does respond. It hears the call of a determined mind and flows toward those who pursue it with purpose. The rest of this chapter focuses on something every person will need at some point: how to market your services, how to sell yourself, and how to rise from where you are right now into the leadership role you were meant for. Here's the reality. Nearly all great fortunes began with an idea or a service. That's it. Not property, not inheritance, not luck. Just a mind with something to offer and the drive to offer it with everything they had. So if you have a skill, a talent, a gift, your next step is not to wait for the right moment. It's to sell that skill, to bring it to the world, to build a plan around it. But before you can lead others, you need to make a decision. Do you want to be a leader, or are you content being a follower? There's no shame in either. But don't expect the rewards of leadership if you're not willing to earn them. Leaders are compensated for vision, courage, and responsibility. Followers are compensated for instruction and execution. Most great leaders started as followers, but they weren't just any followers. They were smart followers. They learned, they listened, they absorbed the wisdom of those above them. And over time, they rose into leadership because they became too capable to remain in the background. If you want to lead, develop these traits. Napoleon Hill outlines 11 critical attributes every leader must have. First, unwavering courage. No one wants to follow someone who doubts themselves. A true leader stands firm, not because they know everything, but because they believe in their mission. Second, self-control. If you can't manage your own emotions and habits, you'll never be able to manage a team. Self-control sets the standard. It creates respect. Third, a keen sense of justice. Your followers must believe that you are fair. If they sense favoritism, dishonesty, or inconsistency, they will quietly disconnect from your leadership. Fourth, definiteness of decision. Indecisiveness is weakness. A leader makes a call, owns it, and moves forward. The more certain you are, the more others will follow. Fifth, definiteness of plans. You can't lead by guessing. Leaders must plan the work and work the plan. A vague leader leads people into chaos. Sixth, the habit of doing more than paid for. This is one of the oldest principles of success, and it applies doubly to leaders. You must go the extra mile, not just for the paycheck, but to set the pace. Seventh, a pleasing personality. Respect is essential, but so is likability. If people admire you but don't enjoy working with you, they won't stay. Eighth, sympathy and understanding. You must know your people, know their struggles, lead from empathy, not ego. Ninth, mastery of detail. A true leader understands their business, their field, and their team. You don't have to do every task, but you must know what needs to be done and how it fits into the whole. 10th, a willingness to take full responsibility. If your team fails, the failure is yours. You hired them, you trained them, you led them. Blame no one, own everything. And finally, cooperation. You cannot lead with force. You must lead with influence. Power comes from unity. If your team does not work together, your leadership will collapse. Hill explains that there are two forms of leadership, one by force and one by consent. Leadership by force is doomed to fail. History is full of examples: dictators, tyrants, and egotists who ruled with fear and then fell with disgrace. The future belongs to a new kind of leader, the leader who leads by cooperation, consent, and shared vision. In business, in families, in communities, in life. The employer of tomorrow will not be a boss who barks orders. They'll be a partner, a guide, a motivator. The people who thrive will be the ones who lead with purpose and serve with strength. So if you want to lead, start here. Start with courage. Start with a plan. Start with the willingness to give more than you take. Write it down. A quitter never wins, and a winner never quits. Now prove it.